I think this dude is about to poop his pants. We went straight to the emergency room. What up, peoples? Alfre YAYEGO. Now I want you guys to pay really close attention because I'm about to say something of much importance. Hospitals. What? Are you guys waiting for me to make a joke about hospitals? You guys are sick. Hospitals are very important and very necessary, my dude. Now, with that being said, I freaking hate hospitals, my dude. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Thing is that for every one good person that works at a hospital, there are like 10 more that just don't give a single freaking F about the hospital, about their jobs, or about the people, aka patients, that they are helping to get better. I guess that's why they call it patients, because that's what you gotta have a lot of to deal with some of these dumbasses that work at these hospitals. In some countries, if you get hurt and you end up at a hospital and you don't have insurance or the money to pay for the treatment, they just dump you back outside on the curb with the rest of the trash, because those hospital beds are only for paying customers. I mean patients. Yeah. Now in other countries, i.e. the Netherlands, that's not really a big issue, seeing that if you live in the Netherlands, you're obligated by law to have insurance. Which means if you live in the Netherlands and you ever find yourself in need of going to the hospital, it doesn't really matter if they think you're trash or not. You still have a bed in that hospital. But I guess to those people in the hospital, you'll still just be trash in bed. Wait, that didn't come out right. Now if y'all watch my other videos, Broken Bones and Broken Dreams and Dead Left Without Mom, then you'll start to understand why I have such a strong opinion about hospitals and the lovely people that work at them. And if you still haven't watched those videos, are you good, my dude? Do you actually need to see a doctor? I mean, it's not that hard. Just go to my channel, Alfre YAYEGO, choose a video, click on it, watch it, and after it's done, repeat the cycle. Like and subscribe. But the part of the hospital that I really hate with all my heart is the freaking emergency room. I hate that freaking place. Emergency rooms suck, my dude. And the people that work there, not all of them, but most, suck more than someone trying to drink a really thick milkshake out of those paper straws. You can suck and suck and suck, but you better take that lid off and put your lips on it, dip your tongue in it, cause you know you ain't getting under that milky goodness in your mouth just by sucking on that straw. And I know, maybe you're thinking, Alfred, aren't you being a little bit too harsh? To that I say, F no. Those people at the emergency room can eat a bag of dictionaries, cause then they can maybe find an F to give. What were y'all thinking about? Get your minds out the gutter, you naughty people, you. Unfortunately, I've had the misfortune of needing to go to the emergency room more times than I wanted to in my lifetime. Or at least I thought that I needed to go. But I still didn't like the treatment that they treated me with. Let me explain. See, one day, me and my girl at the time were visiting her mother. And she and my girl were talking about my girl's brother and how he had to have emergency surgery because he had a bad case of appendicitis, which is really effed up. But luckily, thank God, everything went just fine and he's okay. But during this conversation, I'm just sitting there, just listening to this, which to me actually sounds like a freaking horror story. Just nodding yes and no whenever needed, with an effed up expression on my face. You know what I mean? When you make that expression with your face that says, damn, that's effed up. That expression. But the reason that I say that this sounds like a freaking horror story to me is because sometime before that, a really good friend of mine told me his appendix story. And it was freaking horrible, my dude. He's okay, thank God. But from what he told me, it seemed like Jason and Freddy were filming a sequel to the film Freddy vs. Jason inside his body. It was gruesome, my dude. After the visit, me and my girl just went home. And I really tried not to think about what was spoken at her mother's house. I'll tell you why in a second. The next day I woke up. You know what you do after a night of sleep? If you're lucky, I guess. I got ready and went to school, to do school stuff. Walking around with a backpack, learning stuff, then walking around with a backpack some more. School stuff. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I felt this freaking pain in my lower abdomen. I felt like I was in the gym training with Mike Tyson, but I was the punching bag and he was Mike Tyson. My stomach area started to feel really strange. I was like, is this where Rihanna felt in her stomach that day in the car with Chris? You know, butterflies. Cause she loved him. What were y'all thinking about? Get your minds out the gutter, you naughty, naughty people, you. It was her face that felt the punch. I tried to ignore it, but little by little the pain started to get more and more intense. So in the famous words from Cartman from South Park, I said, F this school, I'm going home. At the time I didn't have a car, so I had to take public transportation. But luckily I had a whole area to myself in the subway. Reason for this is because people saw me grabbing my stomach and making faces. And instead of someone coming closer to me and asking me if everything was okay, naturally they thought, I think this dude is about to poop his pants. And that I was probably farting up the whole area up. Well, to those uncaring people, I just want to say, you were right. For half of it at least. Because I wasn't pooping my pants, but I was farting up a storm back there. I mean, the wind and the thunder. Even I didn't want to sit next to myself. I got home and immediately went looking for my girl. And no, not because I'm whipped or something. It's just because she likes it when I announce myself when I come in. And I thought she was gonna be home to help me figure out what the F was happening to me, or at least to help me ease the pain. But no one was home. At this moment, I'ma be honest, but I started to panic just a little bit, because with each passing second, the pain started to intensify even more. I was like, think, Alfred, think. What can you do in this moment? Aha, I got it. I went to beat my meat. Some pork chops that we had in the fridge so we could eat them later. What were y'all thinking about? Get your minds out the gutter, you naughty, naughty people, you. Also, I masturbated. Unfortunately, that didn't help. So I decided to call my girl to see where she was. She was at her mom's place again. Luckily, her mom didn't live that far from us. So I gathered all my strength, pulled up my pants, and walked to her mother's house. But at this point, the pain was so freaking intense that I couldn't even stand up straight, my dude. I was walking more hunched over than a dude trying to make new friends in prison. When I finally got to my girl's mom's house and they saw me walk in all hunched over looking like I was gonna start twerking or something, we didn't lose any time. They quickly asked me what was going on. I told them. We immediately jumped in the car and we were off to the hospital. We went straight to the emergency room. And when the nurses saw me walk in all hunched over looking like I need to be in Notre Dame swinging on a bell tower, we didn't lose any time. They immediately made me take a seat in the waiting room. Yeah. The pain was getting unbearable, my dude. But then finally a nurse called my name and it was my turn to get a checkup. She took me to an examination room where we discussed the whole situation. After I explained to her my pains, she had a couple of questions for me. She asked me, "Sir, do you need to poop?" I said no. "Wait, were you in the subway too?" Then she asked me, "Sir, did you take paracetamol, which is an aspirin and is the Netherlands' #1 fixer-upper? They use paracetamol for everything in the Netherlands. I mean for headaches, backaches, wake and bakes, booty shakes, paracetamol. Good." Again, I said no. Then she told me, "Sir, you need to do that first before coming straight to the emergency room." I was like, I remember that for the next time that my abdomen is gonna explode. But can you help me now? Then she just said, and told me to stand up. But I've been walking all hunched over because of the pain, so I couldn't stand up straight. So she asked me again, "Sir, can you stand up straight?" And I told her that I couldn't because of the pain I was feeling. And then this freaking nurse had the audacity to tell me that the pain wasn't able to do that. What? My dude, I got so freaking pissed at this nurse's comments that in a blink of an eye, I suddenly stood up straight and cursed this nurse the F out. And mind you that I'm in freaking unbelievable pain, but it was worth it just to tell this nurse off. And then I went right back to looking at my shoes. And you know what this nurse did after I told her off? Nothing. Absolutely Nothing. She didn't even flinch, my dude. I guess she was already used to people telling her to F off in all types of magical ways because of her oh so polite and caring demeanor and behavior. So then I just screamed out, "I think my appendix is about to burst." The nurse just stood there, and if it was even possible, her face got even more irritated. And then she said, "Sir, your appendix is in your lower right abdomen and not on the lower left side of your abdomen, which you have been clutching onto this whole time." So I said, "Huh, are you sure?" Now I asked this to a person who had gone to medical school. "Can't you check again? I mean, maybe they like the neighborhood on the right side and move to the left side. You know, because the left side has better schools and parks. You know what they say, location, location, location." I walked out of that emergency room feeling like the biggest dumbass in the freaking world, my dude. I mean, if you ever see a baddie with the biggest stupid booty you've ever seen, bigger than that, I think I did have to poop. Because here's something you might not know about me, but I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. Undiagnosed, but I do have some hypochondriac tendencies. Like if I just hear someone talk about illness, pains, or some bodily discomfort, I immediately start to exhibit symptoms of that illness, pain, or bodily discomfort. That's the freaking reason why the very next day after hearing about my girl's brother's appendicitis, I started to exhibit the same symptoms. I'm just a big dumbass that I didn't know where in your body the appendix was. Cause as soon as the nurse told me that the appendix was on the right side and not on the left side, the pain went away on the left side and it moved to the right side, my dude. I'm freaking cuckoo. One thing about hypochondriacs is that almost every single time that they feel pain, illness, or discomfort, it's just all inside their head. Wait a second, what? It's all in my head? It's in my head. Ah, it's in my head. Get it out, it's in my head. I guess I need a little head treatment. What are y'all thinking about? Get your minds out the gutter, you naughty, naughty people, you. And this is just one of the times that I had to visit the emergency room. The other times were even worse, much, much worse. But I'll tell you all about them in another video. But don't worry, on this channel you don't have to worry about pain, illness, or discomfort. We're all about having fun here. So come back to the channel, watch all the videos, comment on them. Don't forget to like, share them with everybody. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.